So I'm going to say something I didn't think I'd be saying for at least another 5 or 10 years. There is finally a game better than Stardew Valley, a game that doesn't just copy it, a game that doesn't just do the same thing we've already seen 1,000 times, but a game that truly pushes the genre forward. Fields of Mistria just hit early access, and I wanted to wait to review it because I wanted to play the game enough to sufficiently know, is this worth the hype? Or is it just all hype? Is it just another clone? And now that I've completed the mines, and I've done some heart missions, I've changed seasons, I've rebuilt parts of the town, I'm ready to make a determination. And that determination is, it's better than Stardew Valley in almost every single way. So let me start by just gushing about a few of the things that I just love so much. And I do want to acknowledge Harvest Moon, of course, came first. It walked so that Stardew Valley could run, so that Fields of Mistria could, I don't know what comes after running. Marathon? Seasonal outfits. Number one, that is such a small thing, but such a great touch. And this is something that was added to Stardew Valley via various mods. And although I haven't played Stardew Valley in a little bit, I'm pretty sure now it's in the base game, at least to some degree. But seeing Fields of Mistria come out of the gate swinging with not only location-dependent and seasonal outfits in the base game in early access is amazing. Another side note that it is difficult to compare the two when you have one game that was early access but has had, 8 years now of development? And Fields of Mistria obviously is still early access and still missing some features, so it's not a direct one-to-one comparison. Another feature to just gush about is the jump button. It's, again, something so small, but it makes traversal so much better. Around the farm, over objects, it just feels so good. Swimming through water, again, small thing, but makes traversal so much more fun. Now, these next two might be more personal opinion, but hey, it's my video. The world feels so much more alive. I find myself caring about the characters on a much deeper level than I ever did in Stardew Valley. Like Stardew Valley, sure, you get the heart events just because, well, that's what you're supposed to do. But the way the community works in Fields of Mistria is just so much better. There's a lot more joint conversations. There's a lot more community interaction. And the way each community member interact with things that they like that you put into the museum, or things that you change, or things that you do, makes the town just feel so much more alive. Now granted, I'm still in year 1 and the game just came out, so all the dialogue is new and amazing. And I know one of the common complaints is that come year 2, there's a lot of repeated dialogue. So it's not all sunshine and roses. But what you do get, I feel, is far better than what you get in Stardew Valley. And that's not a knock against Stardew Valley. I love Stardew Valley. I gave it nothing but praises. It's one of the few games I would say is honestly a 10 out of 10. So when I'm saying that these things are better, it's not to put down Stardew Valley, but it's to elevate what this game really can be. Every week there's a meeting in the tavern and people are playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is just amazing. But then throughout the week they talk about their characters in the D&D game. It's those small details, it's just fantastic. It has a crafting system and a cooking system just like Stardew Valley, but it takes it a step further. It adds crafting times that makes it a little bit more realistic. It adds a lot more perks that make you feel meaningful as you're leveling up and gaining skill. And they added so much UI stuff that, again, Stardew Valley either added during its development or has been fixed with mods, such as easily seeing what people like or don't like, easily seeing where people are at on the map, making it so that shops never close. So that, yes, even though it's realistic the store closes late at night, hey, I need seeds. It's realistic, but not fun. Fast, easy customization. You want to change your character's name, you want to change the name of the farm, you want to change your outfit, you want to pre-save outfits so you can change your outfit every day of the week easily. You can do all of that in seconds. Perks take time to work towards, but eventually you unlock them all. And again, this is going to be a personal taste sort of thing, because some people prefer like the meaningful choice where you have to choose one or the other, which Stardew Valley does, while other people prefer what Fields of Mistria does, where it's like, well, you'll unlock them all eventually, but it's going to take work. I much prefer that. I also love that when you get a quest from something from the community, the characters will tell you where to find those things or hints about it. Now, again, I haven't played Stardew Valley in a while, but I certainly don't remember that happening in the game. The other one that's going to be a lot of personal opinion, whether you like it or not, but this, again, my video, is the game difficulty. Now, Stardew Valley is not a hard game. Fields of Mystery is not a hard game. It's a cozy game. It's meant to just be played and enjoyed. What I mean by difficulty is what you can accomplish in a day. There are many times when I was playing Stardew Valley where I had to make a choice. I could go to the mines and go deeper, or because summer was coming soon and I wanted to maximize profits, I could water plants. And that's all I could do for the day because I bought so many plants that I could water them. And I wouldn't have any stamina left over for anything else. Fields of Mistria showers you with tons of stamina upgrades and abilities to replenish stamina through food, through interactions, through the daily soup, or a really cheap 100 gold bathhouse that's accessible right in town without wasting time. That it creates this ability for you to be able to explore the whole map every day, which you need to do to find your artifacts and level up your archaeology, to water all of your plants, as many plants as you want, as many plants as you can afford, and do the mines still. And then on top of that, you get a magic system that allows you to force rain or force plants to grow or replenish your stamina and health to maximum, which means that you're not forced to just water plants all day. You can do any and everything every day, and you're going to be going to bed every night at the maximum time trying not to pass out. Whereas in Stardew, there were many days where I found myself, okay, wake up, I watered all my plants, I'm out of stamina, I've given my 1 or 2 gifts for the day, I'm going to bed at 11 a.m. And I know a big part of Stardew Valley is that, yes, it's very hard in the beginning, but once you get that money, once you put the work in, once you optimize your farm, your sprinklers take care of it, and that's not an issue anymore. But I also know that's unfun for a lot of people. I don't want to go to bed at 11 a.m. I want to be able to go and do extra things with extra stamina. And that's why I say Fields of Mystria is easier, but I enjoy it more, because there's just so many options. And very rarely in any game would I ever say, no, I want less options. No, I don't want more optimization. I do think as of right now that Stardew Valley has more enemies in the mines, like more enemy variety, but I enjoy the enemies of Fields of Mystria in the mines way more. The combat feels faster, a little bit more strategic, and a little bit more fun in my opinion. I almost never cooked in Stardew Valley, except for basically turning every fish into sashimi for stamina. But I love cooking for whatever reason in Fields of Mystery, even though they're very similar. I don't know, it feels easier. It feels like the ingredients are easier to access. I feel the perks are more rewarding, and I find myself cooking way more in Fields of Mystria. I even like the graphics more. Again, I know that's a heavily opinionated thing, and I am a sucker for that 8-bit era, but like the trees remind me of A Link to the Past. Like it's just that perfect golden era of gaming. Now, there are a few more areas where Stardew Valley wins. I said that it did have some advantages, so I'll go over those as well. Number one is the music. Like, the music of Stardew Valley is amazing. You can put that album on by itself and enjoy it, and I often do. Fields of Mystria is growing on me. I haven't heard the whole album, and I might have to give it a few listens outside the game just to be fair to it, but Stardew Valley's music is legendary. There's concerts going on right now where you can go and listen to the music. That's how popular it is. So it definitely has amazing music. Stardew Valley also has a lot more polish. There's obviously still bugs and early access stuff going on in Fields of Mystria and a lot less content, but again, we're comparing a completed game because Concerned Ape should be working on Haunted Chocolatier. Concerned Ape, go work on Haunted Chocolatier, please. And we're comparing that to a game that just released in early access. So, not the fairest comparison, but Stardew Valley is way more polished, way less bugs. Now, I personally haven't experienced a lot of those bugs, but there are reports of a lot of different crashes and issues here and there, so that is something to be aware of course. Stardew Valley is also proven. The creator is a genuinely good guy who's done great for the community, has interacted with the community, hasn't abandoned the game. I hope the same can be said for Fields of Mystria, but as we know, early access has a tend to cut and run. I really hope that's not the case. I hope these developers can prove themselves and stick around and really push this game to full release and give it what it can be. But that's a con against them because, well, other people have ruined it for them, so they have a lot to prove. And finally, the community bundles. I love the community center, even though the first time I played through the game, I sided with Joja, sorry. But I grew to love the community bundles, and I love how it's become like a speed run to do the community bundle in Season 1. Or I guess Year 1. And so far, I really don't see that. Like, the museum is kind of sort of the same thing, but that's just the museum, and like Stardew Valley also had the museum. So they kind of merged them, and I don't know, I like the community bundles a lot more. I will say, though, for community, the changes you make in the town for Fields of Mystria are way more visible. When you repair the buildings, when you repair bridges, when you repair the town, you actually see those changes and people talk about them. It's the equivalent of giving Pam a real house mod in Stardew Valley, where they get rid of like the dirty dog house and they give them real house with all the fixins. Like, it's that level of change almost every time. So why did I make this video? Why did I want to say Stardew Valley isn't as great as this game? Again, I want to be clear that I love Stardew Valley, and I'm so excited to see someone take the formula and push it forward. So the point of all this is to get you to play the game. Because if more people purchase the game, then hopefully the devs are going to have more support and more money to make it even better. I know there's a lot of people on the fence about early access games, and I know there's a lot of people who are hesitant to play yet another Stardew Valley clone. So if you're on the fence, I say give it a try. It is an amazing game, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you're still on the fence after all this, leave a comment on why. I'd love to address it, talk about it, and look at it. If you got the game and you think it's better than Stardew Valley, tell me about it. If you think Stardew Valley is still better, tell me about that too. I love to talk to my community. And finally, as always, have a blessed day.